In this video, we want to find the value of c if we're given this equation here. So here c has to be a number. So one approach to take here is to simply use some identities and see if we can get stuff to cancel out. So here we have on the left side function of sine, or sine squared x. Over here we have cosine of 2x. So we're going to try this approach. We're going to try to find a replacement for this to see if something will cancel out. So for cosine 2x, this has actually three identities that go with this. You can have cosine squared x minus sine squared x, and then you can use one of the fundamental identities, the one where you have cosine squared of an angle plus sine squared of an angle equal to 1, and make a substitution for cosine squared on the right side or sine squared. If you do that, then you can rewrite cosine of 2x as 1 minus 2 sine squared x, or you could also rewrite it as 2 cosine squared x minus 1. So over here in this one, this is sine squared of x. This one uses, the first one uses both the cosine and the sine. So I think we'll go with this one here. This will be minus 1/4. So I'm going to replace cosine of 2x by 1 minus 2 sine squared x. And then I'll multiply through here by negative 1/4. So negative 1/4 times 1 is negative 1/4. And negative 1/4 times the minus 2 sine squared x, well, first multiply the minus 2 here. That becomes a positive 1/2 sine squared x. So that means that this has to equal to this. So let's just write this on the left side. 1/2 sine squared x plus c. So again, remember, we're looking for the value of c. So notice I have a 1/2 sine squared x on the left side, a 1/2 sine squared x on the right side. So these would just cancel out if I bring 1 to the other side. Either one, that cancels out. So what am I left with? C has to equal to a negative 1/4. Now what this actually shows, and if you can see, if you see that ahead of time, you can find the answer an easier way, but it turns out that this is actually an identity if c is equal to negative 1/4. If you see that ahead of time, you can just say, well, if this is an identity for any value of x, let's have your calculator set to 0 degrees. Actually, you don't need a calculator to this, but replace the x by 0. So here we have the sign of 0 is 0. Square it, you still get 0. Times 1/2, that's still 0. So the left side I get c. Put a 0 where the x is. I have here the cosine of 0 is 1, and 1 times negative 1/2, or negative 1/4, is negative 1/4. It's just a short exercise applying some trigonometric concepts and identities. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.